Hey guys, Shadowhunt005 back with another video, and today I wanted to look back over my last video and the Godzilla vs Kong trailer and look at one of the questions that has come up in my mind, which is, who are Apex? So in today's video I'll be going over the trailer once more, looking back on key scenes as well as looking over some other evidence to see if we can find out who this mysterious organization is. So first off, from previous films, we already know of one organization within the film, or within the Monsterverse, which is the Monarch organization, who study the Titans. We know they were formed in secrecy around about 1946, and they have featured in every single Monsterverse film from Godzilla, Kong Skull Island, and Godzilla King of the Monsters. We also know that they'll be returning in this film, and from what we can tell, they are more open and are helping people in the wake of the recent Godzilla attacks. Apex, on the other hand, are an as yet near enough unknown organization, and their motives are more or less a complete mystery. As far as I can tell, they've not featured in any of the previous Monsterverse films, and from what little knowledge we have, it's hard to say what their role is going to be in the new film. In the trailer itself, the only confirmed mention of Apex appears on the board of Godzilla attacks from around the world. As we can see, along with other bits of information, we can see several different post-it notes with reference to Apex. Most of them seem to suggest that Godzilla is either attacking near Apex facilities or attacking them directly. However, there is one note in particular that stands out by outright questioning if there is a link between Godzilla and Apex. Now, if we were only to look at this evidence within the trailer, then the rest of the information in this video would only be speculation. But instead, we do have some outside evidence to bring into the conversation to back up what I'll be going over in the rest of this video. So, after the trailer for Godzilla vs Kong came out, IMDb released a list of cast and crew that will be in the new film. In this list, we can see that some of the casts that are listed are working for a organization known as Apex Cybernetics. If this information is correct, that makes Apex no longer just a group, but actually a cybernetics company. This is important because in two scenes we see within the trailer, we see a room with these screens in the background that shows what looks to be a Titan. Many believe this to be Mechagodzilla due to the shape, and we do get a shot in the opening of the trailer, which in my last video I said I believed it to be a flashback from the previous film, but it turns out we actually see this metallic Godzilla looking like shape going over people as they flee into the subway. So with the IMDb evidence and looking back over the trailer, I believe that these two scenes to be showing an Apex facility and that they are the ones who built and control Mechagodzilla. Now, what else is interesting from the evidence from IMDb is that it appears to divide Apex cast into two different divisions: regular Apex staff and something referred to as Maya Apex staff. Though this might just be me nitpicking, this could show a division within Apex, or there could be that these Maya members are set to a specific project. I also wanted to go over the flying vehicles we talked in the last video. We now know them as Heaves, or Hollow Earth Anti-Gravity Vehicles, and the reason I wanted to bring them up is that, in my opinion, I believe these to be built by Apex. Now, the reason I say this is due to them appearing to be highly advanced technology that I believe it will be less likely for Monarch to have built, even though they did have that big flying fortress in King of the Monsters. But because that evidence that Apex is a cybernetics company, I believe that that means that they would have more advanced technology, and therefore this would be a vehicle that they may have made. The other reason I say that I believe it to be Apex who made these is that if we look on the Apex Twitter account, they do say that they have a base of operations on Skull Island. Or at least they are putting a team together to explore an uncharted area underneath Skull Island. This has, however, thrown me into a spin as to who's in control of these vehicles, as from what we can see in the trailer, it appears that Monarch might be in control of these, as they're the ones who have been transporting and following Kong throughout the journey, not Apex. At least as far as we can tell. This could either mean that Apex and Monarch are joining up together to get Kong into the Hollow Earth and to get a weapon to beat Godzilla, or it's possible that maybe Monarch stole or commandeered these vessels from an Apex facility so as to help Kong retrieve the axe. One more bit of interesting information from the Apex Twitter account, however, is that there is a cryptic message, a Morse code message within there. Now, some people have already translated it, and as far as we can tell, it reads, "Beneath time and stone, it lies, a monument, an ancient superweapon." Now, I believe this to be the axe, and that Apex knows about the axe and the monument. However, I think we'll look at this in another video where we go into more detail on Kong's axe and the speculations about it. So that's all I've been able to gather on the organization Apex Cybernetics. Did I miss anything out? What are your guys' theories on what we should expect in Godzilla vs. Kong? I'd love to read through your ideas, and until the next video, see you guys.